now tuned into the biggest ever. YMCMB, Tunchi Lee, Young Angel, Young Lion, man. Y'all boys get on the track with Onika Mirage and y'all still dying, man. What's up? We in this bitch. This ain't gonna be the first time that I do numbers on 2 crutches. Seen more plaques than 2 brushes. Until I'm at the pearly white gates, I gotta move something, do something. All meetings happen in person, so they can't prove nothing. No, they ain't.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Yo, what's going on? What's going on, Boxing World? It's your boy Ryan Fraser in the building. Boxing Talk up north. It's your boy. We had a good boxing weekend. I didn't get to catch it all, but from what I got to catch, I thought it was good, man. I thought the top ranked card was good for what it was. I also thought the Oscar De La Hoya card was pretty good. You know, the Golden Boy cards are usually hit or miss, you know, because there's a lot of A-side action on those cards. But I thought we got a few good fights, man. And I thought also Keyshawn Davis made a big statement. He definitely came out, and I said if he got the stoppage against Baranchek, I'd give him his props. You got to give him his just due. He definitely showed up and showed out, man. But shout out to everybody in the building. I got my guy Oscar in the building. He's always rocking out with me. Appreciate the brother. Thanks for rocking out with me, man. Gotta give him the horns, bro, when they come in. You know, my guy Oscar. He's definitely a rider, man, for sure. But let's talk about the fights this weekend. Let's get into it. Top rank. We'll start there. Of course, the businessman. We really wanted to see if he was all about that businessman, and he definitely was. I feel like he figured out Baranchek in the second round. I think the first round was a feeler round, obviously. And the second round, I think Keyshawn landed a body shot. And we saw Baranchek, he kind of like retreated immediately. And that kind of told me the story of, okay, Keyshawn Davis, he got to attack the body. And that was pretty much what he did. I know he went back to the corner, and I heard Bomac saying, you know, attack that body. And then he says later on in a post-conference fight that Terrence Crawford started telling him to double up on the body, you know, not just throw 1, throw 2s. And eventually he gets Baranchek out of there in 4 rounds, man. He didn't even go 6 in your first fight against a champ. That's a big statement. And this all retracts back to what I told you guys, or I didn't tell everybody, but like what I've been preaching in my whole channel, and the fact that people say that Tank didn't have a fight. Man, Tank could have took Baranchek out and took his belt, and shoot, maybe he could have did it in 3 or 2, and then it would have been like spooky times for the division, because where would Keyshawn go? But he got a lane now. Keyshawn got a lane. He a champ, and that's good for him. Good for boxing. The 135 division is moving in the right direction, and I'm all right with it, man. I'm cool with I'm cool with definitely I'm cool with Keyshawn Davis doing what he doing best, man, and that's stepping up. And if you look at his last couple fights, he's been stopping people, and that was kind of something I was skeptic about. I was like, man, I don't know if Keyshawn Davis has enough power to stop Baranchek. That was kind of my whole thing. It was like Baranchek's a good enough fighter where he can get away from Keyshawn, but nah, he's a killer, man. He's proven that, man. He's got the killer instinct, and he's showing it. And shout out to him for that. Yeah, Oscar says my disappointment of the night was Big Baby and Keyshawn haircut. You didn't like Keyshawn's haircut, man? He cut the locks off. He said I'm the businessman for real now. You know, a lot of people were saying like he's doing company man stuff. I don't think of that, man, because I mean Keyshawn Davis was the same dude who got no contest because he was smoking weed. Yo, Boxing 2-4 in the building. What's going on, my brother? But yeah, man, Keyshawn Davis, he's definitely on the list now of champs in boxing. At only 13 fights, I believe he's had, or was it 14? I think it was his 14th fight. He's definitely in a class. They put it up there of guys who like the fastest guys who got to a world title. I think Loma's there. Oscar De La Hoya was there, Keyshawn was there, and somebody else was there too. And I just thought that the names, Loma, Oscar, and Keyshawn, that's impressive alone, man. So shout out to him for accomplishing that. And Top Rank knew that's why they moved him the way they moved him. They moved Keyshawn really fast. If you look at it, they moved him a lot faster than they're moving Abdullah for a reason. Keyshawn has a little bit more experience and more pedigree. But make sure y'all subscribe, man. I mean, it don't cost nothing. You don't get me no money or nothing like that. Just subscribe to the channel, show love. Yo, more numbers is more power, man. Know what I mean? But yeah, let's see who else rolled up in here. Shout out to Big 24. He said Big Baby thought he was coming back to a soft touch. I heard him say he thought I ain't trying to go the distance after the first round, Oscar. Damn. Nah, he wasn't motivated, bro. He wasn't motivated. And we'll talk about Big Baby Anderson, but I also want to talk about another cat who I thought impressed. Shout out to Abdullah Mason, man. Abdullah Mason looked great. I gave him a rating of an A. I couldn't give it an A plus because I am a critic. I'm a person that I think there's always room to improve. Nothing's perfect, but you just topped Rolly Romero's performance. Rolly went decision 10 rounds with this guy Jaime's. And let's be honest here. All of us can be honest in the room. Abdullah Mason was a whole nother level ahead of this cat. And if Rolly's not a whole nother level ahead of this cat, then Abdullah Mason, what could we say about him? Maybe he deserves a fight with Rolly Romero. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy that Rolly Romero is going to be fighting against Ryan Garcia next. And he's really not even a level of Abdullah Mason. And I'm not saying that to disrespect Mason because Mason is a special talent. But I'm just saying, like, look at the levels in boxing, man. Abdullah Mason is definitely one of the top fighters at 135. His record, obviously, he's had a lot of 8-rounders. I think that was his 5th that he had. But he's definitely ready for 10. I hope that they do 10 next. I hope they bring something back to Ohio for him. Do something in his hometown. Top Rank is kind of good for that. They bring you back for your hometown. See how you do. See if you can sell. I think Abdullah Mason is prime for that. He needs a hometown fight, man. I think we can agree if they go to the zone does a lot of I want to say they do a lot of low level cards. And I'm not saying Abdullah Mason is low level. I'm saying you can debut him on a DAZN card, a 10-rounder in Ohio where he's from. You can do it. The zone will put the money behind it because they see Abdullah Mason is coming over to their network and he's going to be a rising star. So it's really like it's low money, low risk because Abdullah Mason, he's going to be one of them ones. So we can put a little show in Ohio for him and do the thing for him, man. Shout out to Z in the building. What's going on, brother? What's going on? Guy gave you some horns too, brother. Yeah, I see what you're saying about Giovanni Cabrera. And I think my brother, oh shoot, we got the hangout spot too. My dude, Johnny in the building, my Puerto Rican brother, bro. Basically, yeah, man. Rumor has it Mason's gonna be facing Giovanni Cabrera in April in his first time. That's a name because Giovanni Cabrera, he fought William Zepeda recently. I thought he beat Isaac Cruz on the Spence Crawford undercard. I don't know what y'all think about that. I thought he beat Isaac Cruz. And for Abdullah Mason to go up there and fight Giovanni, that's a step up. That's a big step up, man. Hopefully he's the headliner for that too. Because I agree, man. Like Giovanni Cabrera is a good boxer. He's got skills. We know he does. And if Abdullah Mason can go in there and get him out of there, that's something that Isaac Cruz didn't even do. Yeah, William Zepeda did it. But we look at William Zepeda as one of the elites in that division. So to match Abdullah Mason up with Cabrera and he goes out there and sparks him, show, man, that kid's ready then after that. I just don't think how do you keep putting him in 10-rounders after that? When Cabrera's been kind of there and he's a name in a way in the division. He's definitely a dangerous fighter in the division. So I just think as a whole, Abdullah Mason, if he wins that fight in April, so what are we thinking about next? He fights again in September, October. Are we talking about an eliminator then? Because it'd have to be an eliminator at that point for him, and then early next year, title shot, which I think is what the course is for him. From what I'm heard from him, he said 2026 he wants a title shot. So wow, if he gets that Cabrera fight, I don't know where Giovanni is in any of the rankings at 35. Um, I don't know which route they're going with Mason because I think he's in the WBC. Let me just check it quickly. Sorry about that, guys. I think he's in the WBC is where Abdullah is ranked highest. He's number 10. Yeah, he's number 10 in the BC. So I don't know where, because I'm looking on the Ring Magazine site. I'm not looking on WBC. But I don't know where Cabrera is. Maybe he's in the BA. He's probably in the BA because he fought Esau Cruz. But he may not even be ranked because he had those losses. He had back-to-back losses. So he had 2 losses. So he's probably not even ranked. But yeah, he's not top 10. But that's all right though, because Giovanni Cabrera is definitely a name. Like I said, I thought he beat Esau Cruz, man. I don't know what y'all thought. I'd like to see y'all opinions on that fight. It was on the Spencer's Terrence Crawford undercard. But definitely excited for Abdullah Mason. You know, I was critical on him on his last fight. I thought he was getting too greedy because of all the stoppages. You know, I think the pressure's on the young generation that they got to get stoppages in order to be big fight, big money guys. And I don't think that's true, man. I don't think they need to do that. Getting stoppages is not easy in boxing, especially when you're fighting another elite boxer who knows how to take a punch and knows how to avoid punches. That's tough, man. So to get to that level of being a nonstop KO artist is truly an art. And that's why the guys that can do it are very few. We ain't got everybody out here like Deontay Wilder.
Don't everybody believe in Google? Go Google that shit. See what I'm talking about.
Nah, man, we ain't got that type of dude. And even that guy, he's one of one, man. That's a dude who had very minimal boxing skill, but because he had a right hand from God, he was able to take it as far as it was able to take him, man. Shout out to Wilder for that, man. I'll never hate him for that. But we also got Xander Zayas, who I was definitely happy he got back in the ring and didn't just sit out because of the Virgil Ortiz situation. We know he wanted that Ortiz smoke, but instead they gave him Spoomer from Germany. Spoomer was 20-0, I believe. I think he had a few good wins, not against anybody that we knew. Spoomer's not anybody that we knew, but we did know he was an undefeated fighter coming in against Xander, which means he's a guy who doesn't know how to lose. So there's a potential of not only an upset, but adversity. But I thought Xander, he was in there and he looked great, man. He did what he was supposed to do. Shout out to him for getting that body shot in. I thought the stoppage. I don't know what y'all thought about it. But when I see body shots like that, I just think that if the guy's not down on his knee like Ryan Garcia, don't stop the fight. And I know that sounds savage, man, but I think the guy can still walk the ring. So he's got something in him. I thought the ref, he got in there too quick on that. But at the same time, I think it was a matter of time anyways. Like Xander was already going to stop him. So maybe the ref definitely saved the dude. You could say that. But I don't know, man. We boxing fans, we savages. We watch dudes punch on each other for our entertainment. And I'm sorry, man. I want to see that dude down. Like, call me what you want to call me. I'm a boxing fan, man. If you're going to stop him when he's on his knee or something. Like, shout out to the hang-up spot. He said Abdullah and Cabrera, Artem, Yoshino, Gabe Flores are all fights I would love to see next. Yeah. And you're right, bro. I think Artem would be good. Yoshino is definitely good because I think he's a puncher, not really a crazy puncher, but he presents danger, right? And then Flores, is that the dude who's a golden boy? Flores Jr.? I think he's that tall cat. He's been coming up. But I'd like to see those fights too, man. Yeah, Xander looked phenomenal. He did. Yeah, Xander looked really good, and I think that's another thing he's improving as he's maturing between our eyes, man. Like right in front of our eyes. Like Xander's not a kid no more. He's growing into his body, he's growing into his man strength, and I think he's right there, man. I think he deserves a top contender, a big name fight up in the division. Yeah, let me pull up the rankings for super welterweight because I think he's ranked in the BO at number one. So I think that the way it goes is if not Xander, Fundora. I don't even know where Cordell Booker is. Oh, he's number 5 in the BO. Okay, so he's not going to get stripped. But should Fundora beat Booker, why are we not going to call for the Xander fight? We should. Xander's number 1 in the rankings. So there we got him there. And yeah, Xander's number 1 contender right now. Charles Conwell and Josh Kelly. That's another name I wanted Xander to fight. Josh Kelly. I think that's a good fight too. Andre Holmes, he's gonna be fighting on Pro Box against Lubin. And there's some big names here too, man. Boyachuk at 8, Israel Majimov at 7, Jesus Ramos at 10, and Nikita Zhu. Never seen him fight. That must be Tim Zhu's brother. WBO got him in here. They doing the Tim Zhu a favor, put him brother in there. And Jorge Perez, I'm not sure who he is either. But I think Xander, he got options, man. So that could definitely go one way for him. As long as Xander is ready to take those fights. And I think he is. I think it's just Top Rank. They gotta be the ones to pull the trigger, man. Xander has definitely been a building project. So time is now, man. The cat's like, you've had him since he's 16. He's 22 now. 6 years. I think he's ready for some big fights. Oscar says Xander looked good, as always improving, but the stoppage was bad in my opinion. Yeah, I agree, man. I think it was premature, but I understand it too. Boxing, we don't want nobody getting hurt. It looks bad on our sport, man. Oscar said Vito looked disappointed, but also you can't start the first 2 rounds explosive and then turn on the cruise control when your opponent's coming forward and putting the pause on you. Yeah, he had a draw. And I just didn't understand why you moving up in weight and you fighting somebody who's like well established at that weight. You kind of want to ease into it if you Vito. But he had a draw, so I guess better than taking an L, right? Shout out to the Hangout Spy. He says would love a Xander versus Jesus Ramos fight next. Yeah. That's isn't that Puerto Rico versus Mexico? I mean, hell, man. In April, maybe if they got that April card for Abdullah, they can get those guys on it if it's a DAZN card. But I think ESPN deal is done in May, I believe so. I'm not sure if the ESPN is gonna put that much money into Top Rank. Sorry. Shout out to the Hangout Spy. He says he got a pressure on Top Rank to take the lead shot. Yeah. He got to put that pressure on them because, Top Rank, as much as we like to say, they like to hold their guys back and like to keep all the belts home. They let Jared Anderson go over there and fight Bacoli, right? Like they left it up to him. They let Shakur walk even after giving him his best deal, apparently. His best deal that was on the table. The Matchroom deal was less money. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I think Top Rank will let you do what you got to do. But they're not going to go out their way to do crazy things for you like Teofimo Lopez. When Teofimo Lopez is out here actively, putting bad stuff out on Top Rank every second. And then he expects them to turn around and spend all the money on him. And, it makes no sense, bro. Like, how you going to talk bad about the company, but then you want the company to do all the work? I just don't get it, brother. And let's talk about Jared, man. Jared. I never knew who his coaching staff was to start with, but apparently he fired his coaches. I don't know how y'all feel about that, man. For me, that's not a good look. I don't think Jared Anderson should be doing all that. Like, just go back to the drawing board. You took the fight too early. I don't think his coaching staff was the reason why he lost to Bacoli. Like, I didn't see bad game plan in there. I just saw a dude who wasn't ready for a big puncher just yet. And when he got clipped, he didn't know better of what to do. Jared Anderson, when he was getting hit in that fight, the problem was he wasn't clinching. He didn't know how to get away from the shots. And I really think like he wasn't thinking a 12-round fight out. He should have been trying to win in spots. That's what he should have did. Like there's some rounds where he should have just retreated and let Bacoli try to get some shots off so he could punch himself out. But in boxing, when you win a 12-round fight, I don't even know if it was a 12-round fight. It might have been a 10. So even if it's a 10, it's first to 6 win, right? So you got to get to 6. But in the heavyweight division, any round can end the fight, especially early. They usually don't go full fights. So you got to understand that, hey, man, I'm going to be getting hit in here. But Jared Anderson was always in the kitchen. And I don't think he's that good of a fighter where he can stay there with Bacoli. Bacoli's a heavy-handed puncher. You got to move in and move out. The whole entire fight, you got to make that man move. He just like George Foreman in a way. You know what I'm saying? He got slow feet. But at the same time, when he hitting you, they're going to be like center blocks, man. That's going to hurt. So Jared Anderson, definitely disappointed in his return. But I'm glad to see them young man's back. He didn't look interested in the fight. He didn't look inspired in the fight. He looked like he was just going through the motions. And I don't know if that's his lack of love of the sport because he's a guy who's been openly saying he's here for money. So I don't know if it's that or if it's his first camp with his new coach. Was it a bad camp? I don't know, man. I just feel like Jared Anderson, he has more work to do. And Top Rank, obviously, they're invested in him for bringing him back to a fight like this. They understand, man. He needs more time. Now, I just hope that Turkey Al-Sheikh don't call him back because he seems like the type of dude that will jump on that bag again. And it could be his ass, man. It could be the career could be over, man. But Jared Anderson, he just got to understand that he's super talented. You talented, but you just got to work, bro. You got lots of work to do. Shout out to the Hang On Spot. He said Jared's body language was horrible Saturday night. Oh, he said it's not skill with him. It's more desire and the lack of heart. I've always questioned if he ever wanted to be great. Nah, absolutely, bro. I feel the same way. And he's kind of like one of those athletes that are just supremely talented at the sport, but has no love for it. And it's crazy to think that because, he's one of them dudes that he's talented, but he just don't care. And it's like, bro, like you could be making so much money if you care because you'd be that much better. But it is what it is, brother. Shout out to Define Honorary in the building. My God. Shout out to LA. You in the building too. Need some horn, brother. Yeah, he said, I agree. Staying 50-50 in exchange with Bacoli is low IQ. Yeah, man. I didn't even get that. I wasn't gonna say low IQ. Nah, you more harsh to me. He said Jared definitely got the talent, but I don't think he has the hunger. No, you're right, bro. And speaking of hunger, man, that's a lot of things that people don't really put stock into, but it's a real thing, man. When you have I play very, very competitive basketball, and you have guys who are from certain areas of the city, mama and dad take care of them in a way. I'm not saying I was one of them kids or not one of them kids. Like I grew up pretty in the middle class life. My dad was a pro boxer, but at the same time, the kids who, you could tell the kids who mom and dad was doing everything for them because when it came for 6 a.m. and 5 a.m. practices, bro, they weren't in it. the other dudes that were trying to get on the court, they was locked in the whole time. So you're right, man. It's all about hunger, bro. Who wants it more? Shout out to Zay. He said, "Did you check the Rohan Polanco fight?" Nah, I missed it, man. I missed it. I was trying to, trying to be a good husband at the same time. Me and my wife watched a movie and stuff like that. But nah, man, I didn't see the Rohan Polanco. He's Dominican, isn't he? I think he just went up to welterweight or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, man, I think Jared Anderson got more work. He got more work, and I just hope they don't rush him into nothing. He doesn't need to be in anything crazy right now. I think with Jared Anderson, it's actually probably more about him finding himself, man, because he gotta make up his mind on what he want to do with his boxing career. Like, do you just want to be an all right fighter, or just be a good name on other people's resume? Because that's what he'll turn into eventually. It'd be like a Buster Douglas, man, like a good win. But I think he could be more than that. I know the American heavyweight scene is not it's not as shining as it used to be, man, especially with Wilder. He's getting up there in age. You got to assume Wilder's gonna call it soon retirement. And yeah, the guy before Wilder was who? Like, who was the great heavyweight before him, man? Like, you got to go back in time to like the 90s almost. But I just think that Jared could have been that guy. He wasn't that guy. So now we got to move on, right? But it's all right. It happens. Okay, so next we're gonna go Duarte. Shout out to Oscar Duarte, man. He stops Madueno. He's the first guy to stop Madueno. Yo, Madueno's a tough fighter, man. I know we all saw that Keyshawn fight with Madueno, and that was the best fight on that Shakur Artem card. I don't even know how they weren't co-main event. Two bangers, and now you got Oscar Duarte, who's in the same thing, man. Dude's a puncher, and Oscar Madueno. He's one of them dudes that's just tough nose. Like, he's not gonna lose, man. He gonna come with the heat. But I think after after the second round, bro, when Duarte hit Madueno a few times, the writing was on the wall, man. Madueno he looked like he was hurt. He was trying to avoid them punches. He looked like he didn't want nothing with Duarte. And he's usually a dude, he'll stay in the kitchen and he'll exchange. But that night, he didn't want none of that, man. And it was an early night. Like, I didn't think Duarte was gonna stop him in 7. I thought it was gonna go maybe 9, but he stops him in the 7th round. And it was just target practice from like round 4 on, man. Like, I felt bad for Duarte. Sorry, not Duarte, for Madueno. And I've been saying this since that Kenny Sims fight got announced with Duarte. That was supposed to take place on the Latino night. I was picking Duarte because I was like, man, Duarte just be punching. Like, dude's a puncher. And we saw it in the Ryan Garcia fight. He had Ryan Garcia doing that fake Philly shell shoulder roll that was terrible. Ryan Garcia was on the side like, man, I don't want to take no hits, Oscar. Like, don't punch me, bro. Duarte was punching up on him. That fight was at a catch weight, and Duarte was saying crazy stuff in the media. He was saying he thinks that Ryan Garcia was popped dirty on their fight too. But I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Catch up here. He said, with Big Baby, it's a hard kit because we will usually say he hit the gym for a couple months and come back. With Anderson, is more mental. Yeah, it's more mental for sure. And I don't know what he's gonna do, man. Yeah, he said, yep, Jared's not mentally built to be great. Nah, you're right, man. The hangout spot, he said, I interviewed Jojo Diaz a few weeks back, and he said Duarte was by far the hardest puncher he's ever faced. No, I agree, man. And like, I didn't know Duarte until the Ryan Garcia fight. And I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. I think he beat Jojo before the Ryan Garcia fight. So I may have seen that fight. I think I saw that fight too. That was an upset. But Duarte, nah, man, he be punching. When I saw the way he had Ryan Garcia backing up, like Ryan Garcia, we gotta understand one thing. Ryan Garcia knows what his punch power is. So if he's feeling some heat from somebody else that he gotta get away from, and he feels like, yo, bro, I can't exchange with this dude like this. That goes to tell you Duarte's power, man. It's real because another puncher's backing away from it. You know, Ryan didn't say I'm gonna go punch for punch with him. It wasn't like that. But I mean, Garcia did stop him though. Yeah, I didn't understand why Madueno wanted to go bang for bang, but it was a great fight. Nah, it was, man. It was a good fight. It was a good fight. He said his power was real, like he had concrete in his gloves. Nah, man, that's why I'm picking Duarte to beat Kenny Sims. You know, I think Kenny Sims, he's a bit too, you know what I'm saying? He's a bit too prideful for a guy who's not punching the way he should be punching. Duarte put some good body work in. Yeah, that's why he stopped his ass, man. He was definitely going to the body. Ryan's booty roll. Yeah, bro. Yo, Ryan Garcia with that crazy Philly shell, man. I don't know who taught him that. I don't know what tape he was watching, but that shit is ugly, man. I don't know who told him to go do that, man. Ryan Garcia is one of one, I swear. But yeah, Duarte at 140. Let's see who we can fight against because I think there's some good fights for him, man. Like obviously the WBO is kind of tied up with Arnold Barboza taking a big dub over Catterall over the weekend. Y'all know I didn't watch that shit. I told y'all I wasn't gonna watch it. I just don't. I don't know, man. Them guys don't put no. I don't put no stock in them because, yeah, they just bore me, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, y'all. Arnold Barboza and Jack Catterall are not my cup of tea, yo. So I stayed away from it. You know, it was Saturday. I was trying to spend time with the kids. Yeah, Duarte will be a problem at 140 with Robert. Yeah, Robert Garcia got him over there. Yo, shout out to Robert. He got a lot of good Latino fighters right now, man. Duarte, to me, is a rock solid B fight. Whoa, just lacking the tools to take that step. But we'll see dude deserving a shot for sure. Nah, that's crazy. He's a B fighter to Ironry? I don't know, man. Duarte got power. I think that can eliminate a lot of things when you got power. Sims had his opponent hurt earlier and couldn't finish him. To worry that was my whole This was my whole theory, bro. I'm like, I don't think Kenny Sims got enough pop in his punches to keep Duarte from being honest. So I think Duarte would eventually get to him and mow him down. But we got to see that fight still. Yeah, worst Philly shell ever. Nah, word, bro. Shout out to Low Nose Boxing. What's going on, brother? I'm gonna give you some horns, man. Never seen you in the chat before. And my brother. Pretty sure I see you on the TBV Nation. Shout out to the TBV community. But he said Duarte versus Sabril Matias is a good scrap. Whoa, that's a flamethrower scrap, bro. That would be blessed, man. That win aged well for Ryan. He stopped Duarte, then he mugged Devin. Yeah, yeah. Nah, you're right. That win did age well for Ryan Garcia, and that's what I was trying to tell people. Is like, yo, Duarte's a real puncher because Ryan Garcia's a puncher, and he had Ryan Garcia backing up. So, but that's Sabril Matias and Duarte. Yo, they can make that. Damn, man, sign me up, man. That's gonna be that's gonna be a bar fight, man. Them dudes is not backing up. Duarte versus Pitbull. Yo, that's another one where just two dudes is butting heads the whole fight. I mean, that's what we like, man. Maybe Turkey Alashi could deliver one of those fights on that Canelo May 3rd. Bring Duarte, Sabril. Isn't Sabril fighting soon? Or Duarte and Pitbull, Pitbull don't got no fight right now. He just fought. Yeah, this weekend was a big one in the ranking sense. Yep. Next one. Yep. Next weekend will be big boy moves. Nah. Turkey Ellis Sheik, the last crescendo card. Fight week's coming up. Robert Garcia, the hardest working man in boxing. Nah, Robert Garcia is that dude, man. Honestly, shout out to him. He's got a great gym over there. And you know, he's always on it. Like Robert Garcia, even if he's not the head trainer, he's always helping the guys out, man. I think he's in the background with Ryo right now. I don't even think he's Ryo's head trainer. He said Angel Ferrero versus Duarte. Ooh. Yo, that's the dude who just fought Pitbull Cruz. Yeah. Nah, man. That'd be a hell of a fight. And you know, shout out to Turkey Al-Sheikh. Hopefully somebody in his team listening because these guys are dropping bangers right now. Like Duarte in any of those three fights, Matias, Isaac Cruz, or Figueroa, bro, those are potential fight of the years. Like because of the styles. Like this is what we talking about, man. Styles make fights. Sabril, he's fighting March 1st. And Duarte, yep, that fight can happen then. Yo, Bam and Pool, but yo, LA knows, bro. Yo, shout out to Bam Rodriguez, man. That's my shout out to Bam, man. A lot of people would talk about him fighting old guys. Well, here we go. Let's get Puma Martinez in the ring and take that belt away. Let's get it, Bam. Oh shoot, let me drop the link for y'all, man, so y'all could jump up in here and cook. Cause yeah, I'm almost done these topics. But we still rolling on. So we're on Duarte. Sorry, yo. Fucking I want to shout out my dudes from the YouTube community, Greg Hackett and Norman Senior. They were on BLK Prime. I see they had a little bit of issues with the BLK Prime, but you know what? For me, I was all right with it because they said they're gonna refund people. I never bought it. But shout out to them, man, for making it to that platform. You know, we talk about Jake Paul, YouTube, and this and that. These are dudes actually from our boxing community that are coming back, trying to get back in a way. You know, they had a whole card. They had other fighters on the card. I just wish that it could have been better for the people who bought it, because from what I heard, the people who bought the BLK Prime, it was a late stream. It was very dark. It was like one camera. It wasn't well done. So I think on that end of it, the production side, they got to definitely amp it up. But you don't know how. Like BLK Prime, maybe they hired outsiders to do it, and you know they didn't do their background checks, and these people know what they're doing. But at the same time, man, we'll see. We'll see what's going on, man. I'm gonna bring my guy up in here. Low Soul Boxing in the building, man. Brother,
What's going on, man? Just trying to connect my
what's
Bluetooth
good?
real quick.
Oh yeah.
My audio.
Nah, I can hear you,
Well,
brother.
good, brother. I'm just at work right now. I was just, browsing through YouTube, trying to find something to listen to kill some time, and I stumbled upon your channel right now. You're talking about the
Oh
fight.
man. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, brother, for checking in with me.
Definitely, man.
Yeah, man. You what?
I slept on Oscar Duarte because for me, I didn't really think much of him. For me, he was like a little bit of a better version than Pedro Campa. A face first Mexican. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to stigmatize Mexican fighters, but he's a, rock 'em, sock 'em, come forward, hit me with your best shot. But he got a lot of power, and he is with Robert Garcia, who's a hell of a trainer. So yeah, we're
Right.
gonna see what he can do, and I want to see him with Subaru Matias and those guys.
Yo, that'd be a good fight, man. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, yeah, I slept on Oscar too, Duarte, because I think when he fought Jojo, I thought Jojo was gonna beat him up, but nah, Jojo couldn't take no shots from him. You could say he probably ended Jojo Diaz, man. We ain't seen Jojo back since the Oscar Duarte fight.
He might beat Subaru too, because I'm gonna be honest with you. Subaru is not really that much of a big puncher like that. Even though he got knockouts, when somebody got to hit you 1,000 times, they're not really punchers. The real big punchers
Right.
in boxing, they don't have a big output. He got power, but he's more like of an accumulation, sort of like an Antonio Margarito. Oscar
Yes.
Duarte is more of an explosive puncher. I can't really gauge his chin because he did get stopped by Ryan Garcia, who's a big puncher.
Mm-hmm.
Subaru Matias' chin looks shaky because he gets wobbled when he gets hit. So I don't know, man. Based on the history between PR and Mexico, as of right now, Mexico is on top. So I would have to give the edge to Oscar Duarte. But then again, we never know because maybe Subaru can pull it off. But yeah, that's a tough fight.
Nah, for real, man. If Sabril, yeah, he could pull it off, and definitely he needs some fights like that. You know, Sabril Matias, I feel like he's been put on the back burner, man. Like he had a
I
good
mean,
fight with Liam Paro, and then
he
it's like
messed up
Eddie
losing that
Hearn.
fight, man. He messed. He
Yeah,
should have
man.
took the Tio fight. He avoided the Tiafimo fight the
Oh
first time
shoot, you
around.
right, brother. You right. Yeah.
It would have been better to lose to Tio. It would have been worse though, because Tio would have that would have been a highlight reel. That would have been a knockout, in my opinion.
Oh, you think
Because
Tio stops him, eh?
Tio destroys that guy. He would have done Subaru Matias the same way Sugar Shane Mosley did Antonio Margarito. He would have walked him into big shots. He would have been breakdancing in there while beating him up at the same time. He would have iced him. Absolutely.
Yeah. Nah, that's the kind of style that Tio, he shines against Sabril Matias guys.
And I also say because he fights to the level of his competition. So against Subaru Matias, who people were perceiving as a boogeyman, that's the type of guy that Tio will make a statement against. You know what I mean?
Nah,
He'll
you
probably
right.
do him like Richard Comey.
Yep, you're right. He always steps up to the big fights, man. That
Yeah,
we cannot deny.
like he'll fight Subaru Matias and look spectacular, and then he'll go life and death with Joe Blow or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. That's why people talk the way they talk about him, man.
That's the reason why he's not the pay-per-view star that he could be. Because if Tio was consistent, because he fights like when he fights to the best of his ability, the guy is awesome, as good
Hmm.
as anybody. If he were to follow up with the Lomachenko performance, and if he would have went and did Cambosos the way he did Magdaleno, and then went
Right.
on to for Josh Taylor, and let's say he would have chopped down Jermaine Ortiz and chopped down what's the guy named Steve Claggett, he'll be more
Steve
consistent.
Claggett, yep.
His lack of
Yep.
consistency is what's holding him back. Before he fought Nakatani, he was consistently destroying everybody. The inconsistency started with the Nakatani fight. After that, it was up and down. So hopefully he gets it
Right.
right this time around and keeps it that way.
Word. What do you think about the lightweights, man? I mean, we got Loma, Tank, Shakur, Keyshawn. Yo, how's this gonna end up, man? Who gonna fight who?
As far as I got two answers for you. I believe that we might be in one of the best eras ever at 135.
Mm,
We got a deep division. We got Tank, Loma, if he comes back, Keyshawn, Shakur, Muditalia, what's the guy's name? Andy Cruz, Kevin
yep,
Farmer.
Andy Cruz. Yep.
But whether all those guys are gonna fight each other, that's a whole different ballgame. I don't know.
Right. Nah, you right, bro. Because it's kind of been steady. Like it's been steady for a while. 135. They haven't mixed it up. Like nobody's unified since Devin Haney left. They all just been talking. Tank Davis out
Keyshawn
here.
Davis, for me, he skips the line. Keyshawn Davis skips the line because he made a statement against Baranchak. I was there live this Friday that passed. He looked
Hmm.
pretty sharp. And I like
Nah.
Keyshawn Davis as a fighter, and I like his personality. He has a lot
Yeah.
of star potential, and he has some options for himself as well. Because let's say he doesn't get tanked, right?
Hmm.
If he doesn't get tanked, he could hopefully try to get a unification with Lomachenko. If Lomachenko is still active, if he's gonna come back. If he doesn't do that, he could finally give us the Andy Cruz fight, make that a hometown fight. That fight makes
Oh
sense now
man.
because
Yep.
he's a world champion. Andy Cruz is not some guy that just beat him in the amateurs. He's not making noise in the pros. Andy Cruz is making noise. That's a perfect
Right.
hometown fight for Keyshawn. If Andy Cruz wants that fight, Keyshawn should make it in Norfolk. Sort of like Bud Crawford had to bring Gamboa, the Cuban Olympian, to
To
Omaha.
Omaha. Yep.
Then
You're right,
Keyshawn
brother.
take Andy Cruz to Norfolk and let Andy Cruz try to be the spoiler. And that's a
Yeah.
competitive fight because Andy Cruz is another fighter that I'm very impressed with. I got a chance to be with him in the gym a couple of times. I watched him spar. The guy's a beast.
Yeah, no, he is, man.
He man, cool,
LA,
very down to earth.
yes, sir. LA said Key beats Tio. Oh shit. Yeah, that'd be a good fight, man. Keyshawn and
That'd be
Tio.
a good fight. Yeah, that'd be a real good fight. But Keyshawn won't beat him. I'm gonna tell you what. Tio struggles with chasing guys down that run.
Mm,
Keyshawn's gonna be in the middle of the ring trying to go counter for counter.
he
Tio
will.
has the
Yep.
best. Yeah, Tio has the best first step. Like when it comes to that first move, if you're gonna fight Tio in the middle of the ring and try to go counter for counter, he gonna take you out. Him and
Mm,
Keyshawn will be a good fight, but I can see that being something like Richard Comey. It'll last longer, but I can see Tio clipping him somewhere in the mid-late rounds and getting him up out of there. Because I've seen Keyshawn get wobbled by another guy that doesn't punch nowhere near as hard as Tio.
shout out to pugilism in the building. He said DB3 business, homage to Sweet Pea. Oh yeah. And the new 757 Norfolk God Body Silver. Shout out to Keyshawn, man, winning that WBO title, bringing it back to Virginia. That's what's up. Define Honor, he said, who is Cameron Zapata? You mean William Zapata fighting next? I think he's fighting Farmer in a rematch.
Yeah, they're having a rematch. That's what I heard.
Yeah, I don't understand that. Like, thought Zapata was supposed to be fighting for the title against Shakur. I thought he was waiting for Shakur, but
Well, that fight with Taylor Farmer, a lot of people feel like it could have gone either way. So that's the reason why
okay. He's trying to right or wrong. He said, do you think Andy Cruz is a step back for Keyshawn? Ooh.
No, hell no. Andy Cruz is better than anybody Keyshawn fought, including the guy he just knocked out.
He said Andy got five, or Oscar said Andy got 5 fights though. Isn't that fight? Yeah, it is going pretty quick, but I mean it's like Lomachenko, right? Like he was a 2-time gold medalist. Andy Cruz is a 2-time gold medalist.
So you got certain fighters that get fast track, and it's been going on for years. Keyshawn Davis is a prime example of a fast track champion. Lomachenko is one of them. T.O., Shakur Stevenson, Guillermo Rigondeaux. I can go further because I'm a historian. Davey Moore, Fernando Vargas, David Reed, all those guys were champions in less than 20 fights. Yeah. Andy Cruz, I would like to see Andy Cruz fight somebody else that's solid and then probably get a title fight with Keyshawn and have that fight in Virginia. That's the perfect fight for Virginia because the history there is that Andy Cruz has Keyshawn's number. So Keyshawn's going to bring somebody into his hometown that really has a chance of beating him and playing the spoiler. Sort of like when Bud Crawford brought Gamboa to Omaha at the time when Gamboa was undefeated.
Yeah, and it looks like Andy Cruz is #1 mandatory in the BC. So, shoot, Shakur Stevenson.
And like I said, Keyshawn got options because that's one option, right? You could do the Andy Cruz fight, or if let's say Tank finally works something out with Turkey, they could come to an understanding, right? Listen to this doubleheader. You can have Duarte Davis versus Shakur Stevenson, and you can have Keyshawn Davis versus Lomachenko, right? Assuming Tank wins, now Tank just beat Keyshawn's big homie. Let's say Keyshawn beats Lomachenko, which is not a given. Now that Tank versus Keyshawn fight is even bigger. So that's 2 options.
Word. Yeah, that's for all the marbles, man. Undisputed.
And then the third option for Keyshawn, listen to this. Move up to 140, get himself a fight with, let's say, Oscar Duarte. Beat Oscar Duarte. Now you got to fight with Teofimo Lopez. That's another grudge fight because allegedly they got history with Keyshawn and whatever Tio's dad and that little situation that happened. And then Tio with his antics, talking the racist jokes. I don't be liking that, even though he's my favorite fighter. I don't approve of those antics at all. But that's a storyline right there. So Keyshawn got like 3 good storylines, 3 good options. Keyshawn's in a good spot right now to make some good money and make some good fights.
LA said Tio couldn't take Claggett out. Come on, man.
Once again, if you would have been listening to what we were talking about, we were talking about how he fights to the level of his competition. And once again, we can't go by triangle theories because if triangle theories is valid,
triangle theories,
Cambosos was supposed to be Lomachenko Tio beat Lomachenko, but Kambosos beat Tio, so we're not gonna do that over here, man. We talk real boxing. Whoever said that.
Z said, I agree. Two hasn't stopped anybody in years. Or I guess he's saying Teal hasn't stopped anybody in years. Key's patience and punch placement alone beats Teal. I don't know. We'll see, man. Like Teal, he like you said, bro, he steps up when it's time to go. Pugilism, he said, gonna need somebody with Albright fame, Matthias pressure, and Tank's power, reflexes to have a chance out. Thinking Keyshawn. Oh man, you a Keyshawn fan, eh? Pugilism, shout out to you, brother. He said Andy Cruz is fool's gold and folds, exchanging over 20 years. Yeah, shout out to you, brother. Oh, 12. LA
Hold
said
on 1
triangle
second. I
theory.
called this thing. Let me just text this person. Tell him I'm calling back. Hold on.
Yeah. He said Claggett is club. Oh, damn, bro. Don't do my man Claggett like that. He been in the game for a minute, yo. Been around for a minute. Shout out to if I'm getting Keyshawn said if I'm Keyshawn, I'm getting Andy as soon as possible. I mean, it's all timing, right? But I mean, Andy Cruz is hot. You got to be honest here. He's hot right now. He just had a good win, good stoppage. And then we had that moment where he was trying to hail up Keyshawn, and hail up Shakur. So we got to see that. But nah, he's definitely like top in the rankings. So I think Andy Cruz is a good name, but I mean, we got to see how it all plays out, yo. We got to see how it all plays out. This is boxing. At the end of the day. I didn't get to watch this fight, but I'll talk about it. The Barboza, he beats Jack Catterall. I didn't think he'd be able to get a decision in Manchester, but he did. He got a decision there. So shout out to him. I don't know. What y'all think about Barboza? Like, y'all think he could be really good at 140? Like, can he beat any of the champions? Like, I don't know, man. I've never been high on Barboza, and I'm not hating. Just never been high on him. And I don't know. I just don't think he's got enough power to hurt those guys at 40. He said Tank calls the order of the shots. Tank, AB, not happening like Keyshawn Shakur. Dang. Tank, AB, 5 years apart. Keyshawn and Tank, 5 years apart. And can happen, will happen. Okay, and can and will happen, sorry. He said only demand for Keyshawn Shakur is if Tank loses to both. Oh, damn. Tank at the top, but Tank don't got the leverage. Yeah, to wait on Keyshawn and Shakur happening like him. Versus AB never happened, man. Yeah, I mean, I get that. I get that. And I think that's a tough situation for all those dudes, all three of them. Because I'll go back on that after, but we'll just talk about Barboza and Catterall quick because people are saying it was some people are saying Catterall won. I didn't watch the fight, so I'm not going to speak too much on it. I did pick Barboza to win, but I thought he'd win wider. I heard it's a split decision. I don't know if that's just the UK and what they be doing out there. But I heard it was a split decision. What's going on, Oscar?
Yo. What's
You watch
up?
Rosa and Catterall?
Bro, you know I did.
Yo, I wasn't watching that shit. Yeah, I
I
heard
don't blame you.
like a lot of people are saying it was wider than what they thought the cards were.
Yeah, it's just the home time guy. I mean, the commentators were super biased. They were like, I just can't
Oh
believe
man, the zone. Yeah.
Bro, that shit pissed me off. I was like, bro, what? And it was in Manchester where Catterall is from. They were like, no,
Right.
Catterall's winning on all scorecards. I got him up
Oh
four,
wow.
four
The
rounds.
unofficials. Yeah.
Some of the guys, I guess they were fighters. They were like, I got him up 3 rounds, 4 rounds, but he still needs to tighten up. Our both is catching up slowly. Oh, bro, what are you watching? What are you saying?
Wow, they're being that biased with it.
Yeah, nah, man, that's That shit was ass. I ain't gonna lie.
Wow, man, that's crazy.
The commentators, they're always like they always pull for the UK,
Yeah,
and
yeah, they do.
and at the end they were like, I would have been happier with the draw. Like, yeah, because your guy lost.
Yo, man, and shout out to Oscar De La Hoya. I'm surprised he didn't rub it in, man.
Well, Barbosa did that for him.
He got a win over Eddie. Yeah.
Yeah, Barbosa was like, hey, shout out to the best promoter, Oscar De
Oh
La
man, he
Hoya.
did it. No way.
Yeah, I was like, damn.
Yo, man, shout out to Oscar. He won one on the road, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
yeah.
that was
So it looks like Tio will probably he's moving up. Like I don't know what Tio's doing actually because he said he's gonna fight Hitchens. So
yeah, that's why I really don't get the TO being compared to like the 135 pounders right now. I know it's being like a lot of people are saying like not just here. I don't want to make it seem like I'm picking on anybody, but it's like
mm,
on all the YouTube channels and uh all the media is like, oh yeah, but Tio this, but Tio that. I'm like, bro, Tio's talking about going to 147. Like
yeah,
he's
he's talking
got
about
no
fighting
business.
Jerron Ennis. And
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm like, you shouldn't even be pairing them up with Keyshawn, with the tank, with he's moving out. Like he's done. He's done so.
Yeah, I don't get it either, man. I'm so confused. Like I don't know where he's fighting. And then he says, like, if he fights for another title, it adds 5 more fights to his contract. So what, you're gonna fight for Hitchens' title? I don't know, man. But okay, say he moves out the division, who do we want to see Barboza fight then? Because I mean,
Barboza, I mean, he's been mandatory for like what, 4 years?
yeah, so I'm thinking he'd be elevated to at least interim. I don't even know
And
if
he's
there's
the
an
interim right
interim.
now.
He's the interim right now. Yeah, he won that. So yeah, he'd be elevated to champ. And then I don't know who he'd fight because the BO at 140, like the only names I see here is Sabril Matias.
That makes sense.
George Cambosis is still here.
Those two names make sense actually.
Ramirez is going up. And Lindolph Delgado.
Oh,
Top
Lindolfo.
top yeah, top rank, right?
Yeah. Mm, I guess Lindolfo is gonna get it if it's a top rank, but the other one that makes sense is Sabrina Matias.
I know
And
Mycon Williams, because he fights on Pro Box or fought on Pro Box.
see for uh for Eddie, it would have been better if Catterall would have won. That way, he would have set up Cambosa's Catterall for it.
Right. Yep. In house. Yep.
But now that Catterall lost, it makes more sense for Matias to get that shot.
Oh, Sabril. Yeah. No, Sabril, like a lot of people are rooting for Sabril right now. This is good. Because Eddie Hearn tried to dismiss this guy.
Well, he had power fighting on his card.
Yeah.
I thought that was crazy.
That was like, yeah. That was nuts, bro.
I'm like, bro. And then like right after you have Jai Apataya, Cambosos, you had like everybody fighting in Sky Nicholson fighting in Australia, and you're like, what?
Yeah. I know, it's crazy, man. This guy went from Puerto Rico to Australia and left Paro in Puerto Rico when he went back to Australia. Like, what the hell?
I was like, what?
But that just goes to show you that Eddie Hearn really thought Sabril was gonna win because he must have had that venue booked already.
Yeah, it makes sense at the time because everybody was talking about Matias like a boogeyman, which in reality, I remember a guy against Uzbekistan. I can't remember his name. I really can't. Can you?
Are you talking about the guy who beat him the first time?
No. Oh, it was the guy before Paro.
Oh, yeah. Shoot, he's on Salida. Gear Chef, I think his name is. Yeah. Yeah, he's on Salida Promotions. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. He quit.
A lot of they were like,
I don't know why he
Matias
quit.
made him quit. I'm like, no, he kind of ran out of gas. He punched
he
himself
was.
out.
Yeah, he was hitting. He was
He
hitting
was
Sabril.
swinging wide, bro. He was just trying to get him out of there. In the first round, honestly, that could have they could have stopped it, but they couldn't let him get away with it. I'm not mad
Mm-hmm.
at it though, because more boxing for me. But yeah, it wasn't real. Like Matias was doing a whole lot of things to win that fight. It's just the guy got out, and
Yeah.
then he hit him up.
Nah, word, man. I don't know that guy. He he fell off, man. Salita Promotions. I think he lost his last fight too.
That
I've
makes
seen him
sense. He was
fight,
like 30.
but
He was on his 30s, like mid 30s when he fought Matias.
yeah, he was like 30-02, and he had like a lot of knockouts. And I thought he was
But
gonna upset. I thought he was gonna upset Sabril too.
he
But
could have honestly, but he just ran out of gas. Huh? And there's no like Matias is good. He's got that power, but he don't like the guy was saying. The guy before he was like he got the Benavides power, where it's like more cumulative, and
yep,
he
yeah,
don't got the Canelo power, where it's like one shot power and it can change the whole
right,
fight.
yeah. Not a lot of guys have that. They usually got the accumulation
Yeah,
stoppages, but the very few that have the power, man, those dudes are special.
yeah.
Especially when they can get those. They know how to set it up. That's when it's really dangerous.
Or you have a corner guy who's a freaking genius, like Bullock and
Yeah, yeah.
Crawford. Bro, Keyshawn just walked through Barichek. I was expecting a whole different fight. I'm happy I got this fight.
Yo, Baron looked really small. Like I don't know if it was just me, but I'm like, is like he's supposed to be at 30 or 130? Like
He looks soggy, right? It wasn't just me.
I was like, damn, Keyshawn's way bigger than this dude. Like,
Yeah, he looked taller, bigger. I don't know. His frame was completely opposite. Keyshawn looked like chisel out, and this guy looked just soggy. Like I was
yeah,
like, damn. I
yeah,
was like, bro,
yeah.
what happened, bro? You just fell overnight?
Oh man, Keyshawn, and then the first body shot he landed, you just knew, man. It was like,
Yeah.
man, that was too obvious that hurt, bro.
He paused, bro. On
Yeah.
the second body shot, he paused. I was like, yeah, thing ain't gonna
Oh
hold,
man.
bro.
Nah, Keyshawn Davis, shout out to him, man, because he said he was gonna get a stoppage, and you like when the guys go out there and back it up. So
Yeah,
I was impressed. I was impressed because Branchek's a tough fighter. Like
yeah,
Navarrete went life and death with this dude. And
yeah. No facts. Like I don't see a. I mean, 135. Like the guy was saying before, it's got a lot of names.
mhm.
It's got the names for it to be what he said, like a great division. To me, it's not a great division, and it's not nothing personal. I'm not trying to go against the current. It's just whenever they're not mixing it up, it's not a good division, bro. And
Yeah,
when
they're
it
not
comes to those,
fighting. No, that's facts.
and
They're not fighting.
I feel like that's why Andy Cruz is making so much noise, is because he can be as great in the gym and whatever, like I respect that, like, but it's like you still need to go through the Mortales because that's who Keyshawn's got next, no, like whoever wins from Raymond.
Yeah.
So
And you know what's crazy? Now that I'm thinking about it, what Loso said about this being great, bro. It was greater years ago. It was greater probably
yeah,
2 years ago when
facts.
Haney was there and Tia
Theo
was
was
there
there,
and Ryan
Cambosos was
Garcia was
there.
there and like yeah, it was probably greater then. Tank was still there. A lot of the names that are here now were still there. Shakur was there. So yeah, it
Yeah.
was probably more stacked a couple years ago. And then yeah, now it's those guys have moved on.
Now you got the champions and everybody else.
Yep.
You got Barichek, who's a good fighter. You have Mortala, who's still a prospect.
Hmm.
Kid Austin, who's going way too fast, honestly, in my opinion. But shout out to him. He's doing what we want him to do. You got Farmer, which if you see other divisions, Farmer shouldn't even be a contender right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, he shouldn't, because I mean everybody should be beating Tevin Farmer now.
Yeah,
But
and
he's aged well too.
that is true. And he's got a lot of experience, bro. I think
Yeah.
his height helps him a lot too. I ain't gonna lie. To set
Yeah,
up
you got
punches, because everybody
Maxie
else is so much
Hughes.
taller.
Right. Nah, Tevin Farmer's awesome guy. TV fan, appreciate the support. Shout out to MJ. Yo, I think that's Miles, man. Appreciate you for the support, brother. But yeah, man, I think that Keyshawn Davis and Tank Davis need to mix it up.
Yeah,
They
everybody
need
needs to
to
make
they
it.
need to save American boxing. They
What
need a
about
big event.
my guy, Kid Austin, after this fight? Let's make
Oh
two
shoot.
scenarios. If he
If Kid
wins, if he
Austin,
loses.
yo, if he
I think
beats
he's gonna lose.
Shakur, what if he has a good fight against Shakur?
That's
What if
that's what I
he
was.
what if
uh, That's what I was gonna go lead to. We all remember Pitbull. He had a
yeah.
good fight against Tank, who came. He was a replacement, whatever. But Pitbull was a C class fighter. That's what everybody called him. And he shot up because nobody expected nothing from him. Are we really
Right.
expecting something from Kid Austin? If we are not, then a good performance is gonna skyrocket this kid up.
Yeah, if he goes out there and makes Shakur even look like he's struggling, oh
Yeah,
man. Like,
even if it's a couple rounds, like I always make this comparison. You can look great for like 3, 4 rounds and get KO, whatever, but you still look great,
mhm.
and nobody's gonna hold it against you because you're 21. You didn't have amateur background. It's not
Yeah.
like Andy Cruz. Like Andy Cruz is experienced in amateurs, though I think a championship fight don't make sense right now.
Right,
But
right, right.
he still got that experience. Kid Austin don't. Kid Austin be like, all right, then he got KO, whatever, but he looked great. He's got a lot of potential.
Yeah, he got nothing to lose, Kid Austin, for real.
Yeah, legit. He got nothing to lose. Everything in the games.
Shout out to Gaming Marshall. UK brethren, what's going on, man? Must be late over there. Shout out to all my
Yeah.
kids. We got family day tomorrow. Family holiday. But I still gotta go to work. Crazy.
Wait, what is it? What's tomorrow?
We just had this holiday they made up. It's called Family Day.
Oh,
Everybody just stay home.
well, not everybody. You got to go work.
I know, right? Somebody fucking gotta keep the lights on.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, but yeah, man. Yeah, so Floyd Schofield, shout out to him. He made it out to Saudi. Saw him in that pod today. They had like a little, it was weird, bro. They were all sitting in the
Yeah.
ring together, all the fighters, in like a little, like, it looked like a kindergarten read along thing.
With the ring magazine.
Yeah, they were all in the
Oh, yeah.
ring, like all, bro. Like it was Arthur, Bivol. I'm like, bro, this is weird. Like, and yeah, Shakur and Floyd Schofield was there, so I was glad to see he's there because I was worried about the passport. I feel like that card is so stacked. We can't have no cancellation, bro. We just been anticipating this whole card, so we need all these
Yeah.
fights to come through.
Yeah, facts. No, you ain't wrong. Especially because all the buildup around it.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I ain't
but
gonna
they were
lie.
all there.
If there was a fight for it to be canceled and if it was Shakur against Kid Austin, I wouldn't even mind it. That's how
Yeah,
stacked it is.
me
But if it
too.
was
But
like
I
Parker Daniel Dubois, I'd be like, I'd be like, all right, man, you got time.
yeah, but I feel like I need to see Shakur in here more, man. I need to see the hands. That's what I want to see. Like, how was this hand injury?
Yeah, and that's what this
Surgery.
fight makes perfect sense. But like at the same time, if Kid Austin has a good performance or a decent performance,
Right,
it's gonna
right.
it's gonna skyrocket this kid up. And who will you put it against after that? Raymond Martel, maybe?
Maybe.
Andy Cruz, maybe?
Sure, maybe Andy Cruz. But they look at Andy Cruz like he's not there yet. They're weird about that situation.
To me,
They're
he
like,
ain't, honestly. It
they're
makes
like
sense.
Andy Cruz, that's a step back. And I'm like, man, Andy Cruz is more accomplished than y'all. Like,
Yeah, but not in the rankings, though.
not in the rankings, but
He's
I
so
just look
far
at
down
those,
that it.
especially that BA ranking. I'm like, that ranking is the worst. Like,
No, yeah, that don't make sense,
and
obviously.
actually, he's right behind Andy Cruz, is right behind them in that ranking. He's number 3. They're number
Yeah.
2. So they snapped.
I guess it's just kind of like the perspective of like, okay, Keyshawn's a champion, so why should he make an offer? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, if he doesn't get the Tank fight, which I doubt Tank will fight Kid Austin after Shakur fought him.
Yeah, I doubt it.
So yeah, if you don't get the Tank fight, yeah, you got to fight Andy Cruz. He's number 3, bro. He's the next guy.
Yeah.
But they won't. They'll make an excuse.
Bro, it's 135. They always do.
Yo, those guys, like, it's a good division, but I fear the same thing that you're saying. Like, they're just not gonna mix it up.
Hey, you know what? Can I talk about a guy that
Mhm.
that makes no sense? Why he looks so bad, or the way he looked?
Who's that?
Vito Milnicki. My God, I thought he went up
Oh,
to
Vito,
160
White
to look,
Magic.
bro. I thought he went up to 160 to look better.
He
To me,
did go up to 60. Yeah.
and like he looked the same. Like he looked like them guys that you see for 1-2 rounds. It gets kind of boring.
Mm-hmm.
For like the first 2 rounds, he was explosive. I was like, oh shit, it reminds me of that guy when he was at 154 when he was first breaking out.
Right,
I was like, oh
right.
shit, Vito looking nice, Vito looking crisp, and all this and that. Then all of a sudden, he just put her on cruise control, fight off his back foot.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, man.
And then it's not like that guy wasn't pressing the fight. The other guy was landing some shots on him. I was like, bro, what are you doing? Cover up or press the fight at least. But he
Yeah,
fought off.
I don't get it. I don't get why Vito left 54. Like, he was calling for Xander. It's funny, man. I'm like, what? Like, what? You call for Xander? This is what Top Rank says. You got to go to 160 because they did the same thing to Jahad Tucker. He went to 162, and I'm like, bro, like, you're
Yeah, it makes
small,
sense.
man. Like, you small. I mess with
Yeah.
Jahad. You are not a 60-pounder, bro.
It
So I
kind of
don't.
seems like the power didn't translate either.
Yeah, like Vito should be at 54 still.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know why he went up to 60. I guess because it's a dead division.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a very weak division right now.
Yeah, it is. If you want to go and try to get some hardware, you can do it there. Like, you probably have a better shot than 54. 54 is a little more deeper.
Yeah. The only real problem is Janabek, but Janabek don't really fight that like that. So,
He don't, and I think Janabek's gonna leave the division soon.
bro, he has to. He's passing on the skill. Like,
Yeah, like he's like, it's not healthy at this point, bro. Like, you're missing weight. You're going to the hospital, sucking
you're
yourself
getting
down.
an IV put in because you're so dehydrated. Like, bro, this thing,
Like, bro, just go up in weight, man. Like, it's what? It's 3 pounds. Like, literally, just go up, man. Or sorry, it's 8 pounds. Like, just go up.
yeah, fact. And
It'll help
but
for
then
sure.
who does he beat up there?
At 68, I don't know. He might be better at 68 though, because he won't be dehydrated or won't be shrinking down too far. So he might be better. But yeah, 68, I don't know who he beats.
You think he beats
Maybe Pacheco.
Pacheco? Woo, that'd be a good fight. I ain't gonna lie. But damn, Macombi.
Yeah, I think he could beat McCombie. I think he
All
can
right.
give even Berlanga a good fight.
Hey, stop, man. You seen the Untouchable?
The Berlanga.
You seen him on that video?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Berlanga said, I'm back, yo. He said, yo, I learned something from Canelo. Y'all getting smoked. Oh, man. That's the only dude I ever seen take a loss so well, man.
Dude, like, I don't know, his self-confidence, whatever you want to call it, it's crazy.
What's Frank Martin? He's moving up to 40, isn't he?
Yeah. Isn't he fighting Edwin Dos Santos?
Ooh. Frank Martin?
Or he was in talks, right?
That'd be a good fight. Hopefully they do that on a PBC card. I haven't heard
Yeah,
like is Frank Martin even gonna fight this year? Like I haven't heard nothing about him fighting, man. This is just nuts.
that's the only thing I heard. Like it was like a month ago where it was like they were in talks with Edwin Dos Santos, but then I haven't heard anything from it. But you know who's gonna be back though?
Who's that?
Yo boy, Ben Whitaker.
Ben Whitaker. No, he snapped, bro. He gonna lose.
They
Yo, Ben gonna lose, man. He went to Riyadh season and they gave him a real fight, and it wasn't sweet, man.
I still think he could have adjusted. Just the fact that because he was like my knee hurts, but then he was running 2 hours later with it. It was like, were you really hurt? Or you just didn't want
Nah,
to fight this guy?
he wasn't hurt, man. That was a good fight. That guy was definitely bringing the fight to Ben.
Yeah,
And
no,
I think he's gonna continue. Like he's gonna ride off that, man.
you think so?
Like Ben Whitaker, like I don't know. He's always been a weirdo, man. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he can turn it around, but I think he's trying to be too much like Prince Nassim. But Prince
Yeah,
Nassim was knocking people out. Like Prince had
yeah,
power.
he had the power, and he was in a smaller division.
Yeah.
So
Like Ben's in a bigger division and he's not knocking dudes out like that. So
no, he's
he
just looking nice, but in a weird way because we
right.
know he's fighting out of the UK. No disrespect to the UK, but it's not like you don't know who you're fighting. You don't know if the guy's like world class or
No, that's
medium.
exactly what the problem is. And I think the dude that he fought, Liam Cameron, they said he has like Olympic
He got
pedigree.
like 6 losses.
Yeah, he got 6 losses, but they said he had like Olympic pedigree. So I was like, oh, okay, he could fight.
Yeah.
And then you hear his story, and yeah, he said basically he wasn't taking the sport serious for a while, and he's been taking it serious for his last couple fights, and it showed. Like,
Nah, yeah.
so Ben might be in trouble, man.
Until he said, "Watch out, watch out, watch out!" On third rope.
Nah, Ben always saying something crazy in the press. What is he, a 68 pounder? Like, bro, what?
Who Ben went?
Yeah, isn't he a 68 pounder?
No, he's 175.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
He's that big?
Yeah.
Bro, yeah, and he don't stop people. Nah, Ben Whitaker, he just got to stay where he's at. Like, anybody with power will destroy him.
Before Cameron, they were saying that, what they were saying, like, he's having trouble, but, like, there was another official, but it was like, he's having trouble with making weight. He might go up to, the cruiserweight.
What?
I was like, nah, he need to stay where he at.
Well, I think he's a tall guy, but still, like, nah, man, I can't see him fighting. Like, even 75 is crazy to me because he doesn't have that type of power. Like, he has no pop.
No, not whatsoever. He's slick. I'll give him that. He's very
Yeah,
slick.
he's slick. Yeah.
But that's about it. But whenever you're that high up, that's the last thing that you need to beat. I don't know.
No, I agree, but I think his way of going about being slick is more like dangerous than anything. Like I don't know, man. That style, you can't go far with that.
No.
Damn, you right, bro. He's a light heavyweight.
Whenever I see that, I thought it was crazy.
Yo.
It was like, am I looking this right? But yeah, they were saying that where he's gonna break out is cruiserweight. This I did see in a podcast.
He's gonna break out at cruiserweight. And then what?
Wait.
He's 6'3", so what? He gonna go to heavyweight? Like, nah.
Nah, I don't think so.
He gonna be too small, man. Wow, that's crazy.
Like you just said, he don't have the power. But I don't know if he don't got the power because he's cutting down so much, or he just don't got it. And yeah, you're slick, but like I just said, the heavier you are, the less slick you need to be. Unless you're
Yeah,
Usyk.
and it's just gonna take one person to catch you, and it's gonna be a wrap, man.
Yeah.
Shoot, like you can't beat David Morrell,
No. No,
Anthony
hell no.
Yard. Shoot, even Willie Hutchinson gives him a fight.
Boatsy puts him out.
Duarte probably
My
beats him
opinion.
too. Yeah. Nah, man, he ain't that. Like, wow.
You didn't think
I
that he
thought
was
he
gonna
was.
hit?
I thought he was a 68 pounder. So like, I was always being like, yo, how's he gonna fare against Billy and those guys? But
Nah. Even in Billy, I think in Billy gives him a good fight.
that's all I'm saying. Like, I think those guys beat him too. Like Munguia.
But yeah, I was
Oh
like,
man.
damn, dude, like, damn, like, I like him because he's slick, he's funny, and like, the way
Hmm.
he fights. But it just shows like, kind of like Boots, kind of like, who else? Abdullah Mason. Like, yeah,
Yep.
or Shushu. It's like you can look as good as you want with these lesser opposition, but whenever you
Right.
step up, you gotta look the same. And if you don't look the same, then you kind of look like ass, and that's what happened to Ben Whitaker.
Word. Nah, man, you gotta definitely you can't come that way with everybody, especially the elite fighters. They're gonna pick you apart, man. Doing all
Yeah,
that crazy stuff.
no, like I was trying to think. I'm like with Bivol. Well, Bivol is, he's
Hmm.
damn near perfect boxer, so it's like he's gonna put you out.
Yeah. Yeah. Bivol. Yeah. Oh man. Arthur.
Beterbiev,
Oh man.
yeah, he's a good boxer, but he's got power.
It's gonna be destruction. Like,
And then you go back down to the contenders before Benavidez and Morel got there, and you got like
hmm.
Bosnick. I'm like, he's a great boxer. He can catch you
Yep.
anytime.
Yeah. Bostic. Yeah.
So
Nah,
like,
even Bostic, I think beats him. Like, I don't know, man. I don't think that Ben Whitaker is that good at all. But in a sense of being in the top, but I think he can
yeah,
get there if he changes his style a bit. But
a bit.
I understand that that's got him all this attention. So I don't know
Yeah,
if he can
exactly.
change it.
Exactly. That's the thing. Like he got married to it.
Hmm. People are watching him for that reason.
Exactly. So
So
it's like,
it's like, you might have to stick with this, bro. You might have to figure this out. But he
and
ain't
it,
got the
and it,
power like Prince did, so he can't be putting people out before they figure him out.
no, yeah, like 'cause the people he was putting out, it's not like they were ranked. It's not like it was great opposition. It was just people from the UK, and it's like, how good are they?
Yeah.
I'm not doubting they're good. I'm just asking how good are they?
Nah, man. But yeah, bro, I'm gonna wrap it up, my man. Thanks for
Hey,
coming
no
through,
problem.
Oscar.
Appreciate
Appreciate
it,
you,
Ryan.
brother.
Hey, no problem. Hey, I got a question though before you go.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I got two questions actually. What was your fight of the night, performance of the night, disappointment of the night of this week, and what's gonna be your next week or your prediction for next week?
Next week, my fight of the night this week was probably Keyshawn. Disappointment was definitely Jared Anderson.
Facts,
He
big
looked he
facts.
looked disinterested, so that was a shame. Next week, fight of the night, I think
Well,
Bivol.
what about performance of the night?
Oh,
Performance of the night.
performance of the night was Duarte for sure. Uh,
Yeah, I like it.
I knew he was gonna get a stoppage, but I thought it was gonna be a little later. I thought Madueno would last a little longer.
Bro, it's because I know Madueno can fight better than that.
He
And
can,
I just didn't understand
yeah,
why he wanted to go blow for blow. I'm like, bro, you're going against a puncher, right?
yeah, 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 yeah. He tried to outpunch Duarte, which is crazy, bro.
Which Duarte like hits flat foot, and I was like, bro, you can capitalize on it. I was like, I know you can because I've seen it.
Yeah, he's a better boxer than Duarte for sure. Yes, I gave Duarte that performance of the night. I could have gave it to Keyshawn too because of what he did in 4, but we'll give it
Yeah,
to Duarte. And then next week, I definitely got the main event as the fight of the night, Bivol and Better BF 2. The probably the worst fight I'm thinking is gonna be Hamza Shiraz and Carlos Adames.
damn.
I feel like for whatever reason it's gonna be a boring fight. I don't know why. I don't think they're gonna commit. Hamza Shiraz got a lot of pressure on him. He can't lose, basically.
No.
Carlos Adames. I don't know. Carlos Adames just, I don't know. He don't do it for me.
Oh, damn, for real?
Yeah. I don't know. When I saw Patrick Teixeira beat him, I was like, he ain't it.
But how good?
He's been. It's weird though because he's won a lot since, but at the same time, he never fought Charlo, right? Like that was who I always wanted to see him fight, Jamal. But Jamal just never came back and defended that belt.
Yeah.
And then what performance of the night? I think performance of the night will probably be Joseph Parker. I got the upset.
Damn. Okay.
I think Joseph Parker will make it back to the top of the hill, man. I think he's been on a long journey, and this is just sorry, Dubois, you just a part of that. He gonna be a champ again. And that'd be a good story for boxing because if Joseph Parker, a guy who lost multiple fights, can make it back, anybody can.
Yeah, that's true. But Daniel's making it back too, so it's like, oh.
Yeah, they're both hot, yo. They're both hot right now.
Yeah.
Dubois is definitely on his run.
He just beat AJ, bro.
Yeah, I know, man. He beat that dude that's supposed to be the king of England, king of UK.
I think my fight of the night next weekend is going to be, you know, it's very hard not to go against Bivol and Better Be It because how good of a fight it was. Then performance of the night, I got a Jet Caballero. I was going to give it to Daniel, but I think Parker is going to make it tough for him.
Okay, we got Caballero with the upset. Oh, man.
And my disappointment of the night is going to be Duarte. I think Duarte crashes out.
Yeah, he might. I mean, he had a bad fight last time out against Willie.
Hutchinson, I'm like, you could have put him out, and he kept getting gas. But then he got super gas because he went in deep because he didn't put him out whenever he had the chance. Because he got gas. It made no sense, you know, watching that fight.
Yeah, man. I don't think Duarte's it either. I think he's another dude who not it. But he's positioned somehow.
Yeah, he's right there. I was about to say, like, he's right there. Benavidez might try to fight him to be undisputed intro champion.
Yo, that's crazy, man. He better not do that craziness.
You know how it's like the Infinity Gauntlet from Thanos?
Yeah. The fake one,
Yeah, like the hockey glove. The hockey glove with the golf balls. That's gonna be Benavidez.
Oh boy. Yeah. And they call him a world champ. That's wild, man. They say it with proudness.
Like that Ryan Enroli, what's it called? The world champion?
The world belt, man. That's sickening. Like two dudes who've never fought at the weight. Like
I was like, bro, what? You just made up a belt like that?
Like, what are we doing here, man? We just want to throw a belt on anybody now.
It's like Oprah, you get a belt, and you get a belt, and you get a belt. Like, bro, chill, dude.
It's nasty, man. But yeah, brother, I'm gonna head on out, man.
All right, no problem. Hey, Brian, take care of me.
Appreciate you, brother.
Catch you on the next one, bro.
Yes, sir. Everybody. Yeah, man, we gonna head on out, yo. Smash that like button on the way out. Show some love to the boy. And we got Riyadh season. We got the big last crescendo card coming up. on Saturday day card for us. I think it starts at like 9 a.m. here in Canada. I'm on the East Coast, so on the West Coast. Actually, it starts at 12, I think. 12 p.m. noon. But we'll see, man. It's gonna be a good card. It's the Super Bowl boxing, pretty much. No, Turkey Al Sheikh. Shout out,
Inside
bro.
my heart, I want the fighters. I want to see the fighters.
The fighters, man. He got all the fighters that we want to see in a sense of this is a great card from top to bottom. But we'll check it out, man. We'll talk about it sometime this week, probably on Wednesday. I'll try to get on. But appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. Appreciate y'all support. Smash the like button on your way out. Show love to the boy, man. Peace.
Yeah. What? I will slap you if you don't move this car. I'ma slap you. I'ma slap you. Okay.